This is the Tarot and Oracle forecast for Libra for the month of April 2018. This applies for all Librans, so it's quite a broad overview on all aspects of your life. But if you'd want something more specific to your own life story, or specific question answered, or that incredible soulmate reading, you can contact me via the links in the description box below. Right, Libra, we start out with those of you looking for love. We move on to those of you in committed partnerships. Then we'll do a general reading and soul path reading. Right. So those of you looking for love, I did a nice selection of cards here. Well, I should say a nice selection of cards came up for you, right? You get the new love card, you get the eagle, you get the jug, and you get the quill. So if we look at this lineup, for those of you that are looking for relationships in the month of April, I could say that with that new love card, there's a very good chance somebody is turning up for you. And this is new love. So it's not someone from your past. This is a whole brand new love moving into your life. The eagle says triumph over troubles and obstacles. The jug says light-hearted, carefree time. And the quill says get back to the basics. If we look at that lineup of tea leaf fortune cards, this relationship might start off on a bit of a shaky footing. I think in March, a lot of you might have met somebody new and there were things to be dealt with. There were obstacles to be overcome. By April, you have overcome those obstacles. Even if it's the obstacle of overcoming to meet somebody, if that was the big obstacle, you find yourself, it just clears out of the way. You have a light-hearted, carefree time and getting back to the basics showing up there. You know what the basics of a relationship is? Meet each other, like each other, date. As simple as that, isn't it? None of the complications that seem to crop up at times or nowadays even. So that's a very, very nice reading for those of you looking for new love in the month of April. Nice and uncomplicated, obstacles easily overcome, and it's a light-hearted time to be had, very most definitely. If we move into those of you that are married, in committed partnerships and relationships, we get the Valley card, the Key card, the Man, and the Target. The Valley card says deep personal strength and peace that assures success. The Key says successful outcome to your problems. The Man card says dealings or relationship with a man. And the Target says a goal-orientated person. So there's kind of almost a peaceful atmosphere within the committed partnerships and relationships for the month of April. The Key says that problems will be, you will talk to one another, you will find you have the inner strength, the personal strength, you have the words to deal with whatever comes up in the relationship sector. Mostly this seems to be sort of aimed at those of you that are involved with men in a partnership or relationship. And this person seems to have the same goals as you in April, is the message coming through. That's very nice. So the two of you are on the same path. You headed down the same path in the month of April. And that's probably why any problems you overcome, you actually deal with them together. You don't feel that you're at odds with one another. So that's very nice reading for you. Right, if we then move on to your career reading for April, you get a bird flying, you get a dark man, you get an apple, and you get a dog barking. Now the bird flying says news is on its way, so where your career is concerned in April, there's news on its way. The dark man says dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. The apple says temptation will test you, and the dog barking says advice from a friend. If I look at this lineup, I think for some of you, there is a man that turns up in April in your career sector, and he may be tempting you. But I think a good friend will say, not a good idea at all. Or will say, well, look, you have to deal with this guy. This is the way to maybe go about it. But it's just temptation. I don't think it's more than that. It doesn't seem to be more than that. And it's interesting that he comes in after news is on its way. So he kind of, I think, comes in with whatever that news is. It's maybe somebody new you're going to be working with. Maybe a new partner. Maybe someone new in your department, whatever the case may be. There's definitely going to be a little bit of temptation there, but you'll quickly have a friend shaking their finger at you saying that it's not a good plan, right? If we look at your success cards, you get the throne, you get the cracked cup, you get the hammock, and you get the butterfly. So the throne card says position of authority, the cracked cup says dissatisfaction with life, the hammock says taking a vacation physically or mentally, and the butterfly says a change for the better. if I look at that lineup, the message that comes through for you guys is that you're actually at a place in your career and in life in general, family life too, that is pretty good. You've reached a point where you have, I don't want to say an air of authority, but you look as if you know what you're doing. You feel as if you know what you're doing, and other people perceive it that way as well. Yet you're feeling a little bit of dissatisfaction, as if having arrived there isn't quite enough. The hammock says taking a vacation mentally or physically is actually what will cause a change for the better, the final card, the butterfly. So it's maybe just that you need a bit of time out. You need a bit of a break. You need a bit of time out from the heaviness that is pervasive in our lives over the last few months. You know, there's been that underlying heaviness that just sort of threaded through everything, regardless if it was good or not. So if you can, take a bit of time out, because you will find then things will change for the better. That restlessness is about needing a break. That's really what it's about. If we look at your happiness cards, this is what I call the soul path evolution part of the reading. You know, this is the underlying sort of experience that your soul is wanting you to have. You get the dog close up, you get the hat, the owl, and the nest. The dog close up says pleasure with a close friend. The hat says you will be playing a different role. The owl says good advice from a wise person. That's already come up, hasn't it? And the nest says emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So perhaps that is something, or most likely something, that you will realize in the month of April. And family means different things to different people. You know, for some of us, it's just a quiet, peaceful home with our pets in it and good friends. That's family to us. For other of you, it is the white picket fence and the 2.5 children and the husband that comes home from work. It really just depends on what you call family. But you're going to realize how important that is to you in the month of April. And a close friend will be the source of, I think, both the advice and the realization of you are treasured and you are appreciated and you will feel as much, but it's an interactive process. It will be two-way. That you'll be playing a different role in the month of April is interesting. I think that many Librans emerge as somebody different to who they were in the past by the month of April. You have Uranus moving out of your 7th house sort of in May. So in April, you're probably already going to be seeing the end results of that. Major shifts for Librans, because it was in their relationship sector, which is Librans 50% of their life. Regardless if they're actually in one or not, its relationships are hugely important. So I think you're emerging from this as somebody different. You are wearing a different hat now. So gentle month in a way, I think, April, yet underneath all of that, major changes have taken place, and you are somebody different by the end of April. No two things about it. Right, Libra, I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you'd like a personal, private, amazing soulmate reading, you can contact me via the links in the description box below. Yes, by now you figured out those are my favorite readings to do, but all readings I will enjoy doing for you, definitely. Thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing. Comments, people, I really enjoy them. Likes, subscribes, all of it. And for those of you that shared the videos too, thank you very much.